what to consider when changing jobs. In this video, I will share with you 3 reasons why you should consider changing jobs or changing your career. And I will also share with you why it cost me £1 million to do that, and why that statement in itself is probably far less relevant than you might think. All of this coming up right now.
I have a dream, that's all I need. I'll make it happen with some work and belief.
When do you actually consider changing jobs? When you are unhappy, right? Or you feel unfulfilled, or you feel overworked and underappreciated. But for the majority of people, changing jobs or even changing a career has very little impact on those feelings. And what happens is you then take those feelings into your next job and you will still feel overworked and underappreciated. And you may still feel unfulfilled. And so it comes full circle back and you ask yourself the question again, what do I need to consider when changing jobs or changing a career? But have you ever asked yourself the question to change jobs when you were happy, when you were fulfilled, or when you were appreciated in your job? Maybe not, but I have a few reasons why you should. And I will also share with you some of the challenges that you may face after you've changed careers. Reason 1, you no longer feel that you pursue your passion and that you just become very comfortable in what you do. Personally, I believe that passion is quite an overused word, and also it is not very well understood. Yes, it's true that maybe you will feel happier when you do what you love. But the reality is that you will only truly feel fulfilled when you are also good at what you do. So don't act rashly here. Consider diligently if truly what you're doing right now does no longer reflect your passion, or if there is something that you can actually do to reignite that passion in where you are right now. Maybe think about how your work contributes to the meaning of others around you and how it contributes to your work in a meaningful way. And if you can truly answer that now you wish to move on, well, then let's look at a second reason. So are you engaged in your job? Are you still engaging with your co-workers, with your clients, with your bosses? Or is everything running on autopilot? It's probably true that if you've done a certain job, even maybe a high-level job for a number of years, you can do that just out of memory. You run on autopilot. But the first person that feels it is yourself. You suddenly become less happy, you become less fulfilled, and you also become less content with your achievements. So this is the time to ask yourself once more, is there something I can do in my present job, in my present career, to reignite that engagement where I want to connect with those around me? But if you no longer wish to do that, then maybe it's time for our third reason. Are you still growing? So here you are comfortable in your work, you are maybe even happy in it, you have an idea of how your work contributes to the greater good of the company or the business that you're in, and maybe you have achieved more than those people around you. And yet there is this nagging feeling for yourself that you think to yourself, I don't feel that I grow enough anymore. I don't feel that I develop further. I don't feel that I'm learning anything in what I do right now. And if that's the case, then you actually have to make a choice. Are you happy in the place that you are in right now, or do you want to grow further? And if you do want to grow further, well, then it's probably time to look for a different job or look for a different career. But also to accept that probably when you change that job, when you change that career, for at least a fair amount of time, you will feel very uncomfortable because you have to leave your comfort zone. When I knew that I was no longer growing in my old career, I also knew that when I decide to pursue other avenues, that'll come with a lot of change. And there was one thing that was very clear to me, and that is that as I leave my comfort zone, I probably also leave behind a lot of income potential. And yes, if I now would go about, and sometimes my mind actually goes there, and I would add up all the income that I would have earned in my old career, well, maybe I come to £1 million. But let's be honest, that's like driving a car through the rear view mirror. We only look back and we don't look at the opportunities that lie in front of us. And that is actually the single biggest obstacle of any career change, of any job change, to look back and to compare. Just this week I was watching a clip that was put together by Will Smith about fear, and it really resonated with me. Have a look.
Skydiving is a really interesting confront with fear. I gotta stand up. I gotta stand up. You go out the night before and you take a drink with your friends, and somebody says, yeah, we should go skydiving tomorrow. And you go, yeah, we'll go skydiving tomorrow. Yeah, yeah. And you go, yeah. And everybody goes, yeah. And you go home by yourself, you're like, Right? You're like, well, I mean, they was drunk too. So then that night you're laying in your bed and you just keep, and you're terrified. You keep imagining over and over again jumping out of an airplane, and you can't figure out why you would do that.
Will has put himself into that situation of discomfort and of fear. Here is what happens next.
And the guy walks you up to the end of the thing, and you're standing and your toes are on the edge and you're looking out down to death. They say on 3. 1, 2, and he pushes you on 2 because people grab on 3. And you fall out of the airplane. And in 1 second, you realize that it's the most blissful experience of your life. You're flying. There's zero fear. You realize that the point of maximum danger is the point of minimum fear. God placed the best things in life on the other side of fear.
And this is my tip for you. After you have considered those questions, those reasons of why it might be a good idea to change jobs, and maybe you have concluded that it's time for you, yes, sometimes uncomfortable thoughts will come up, but don't look into the rear view mirror. Look at the opportunities that this new environment presents you with, because once you are over the edge, once you are in the air like in Will's clip, you will experience that bliss, you will experience that peace, and that is what I wish for you as well. I want to hear more about what keeps you from making changes in your life, so please comment below in the comment section. I would love to hear your views. Also, if you enjoy this kind of content and if you want to hear more about career changes and how to make the best out of your life, please consider subscribing, give us a thumbs up, and also check out some of the videos that are related to career change and finding purpose and passion in your life. I do wish you a great week ahead. I will see you very soon.